It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Seattle Seahawks. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. The Seahawks and Eagles, you might remember, they met up in the wild card round a season ago. It's a night Philly fans could probably stand to forget. Carson Wentz exited early after just 4 passes thrown, and Josh McCown had 40 years of age brought in, but the Seahawks, they were too tough as they slugged out a 17-9 victory. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on third down, Jones. That's complete to his running back, Dallas.
Jones. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Taken down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
10-10 at their own 14-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there. Tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
The 44-yard line.
Here's Patterson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd down now. It's Patterson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Jones. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Fielded just inside the 20. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. From the gun, Jones. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up second.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. It'll be Jones himself on the option. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last two plays, both losses. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is Dallas, an inside handoff. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Eagles' 27-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. The open man here, Renfro. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a 3rd down.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky. But that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up. This should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
They go play action with Hurts. Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
3rd and 4.
Hurts. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line.
On the carry.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 17, and they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
First and 10.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Hurts to throw. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Give them a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. The quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Well, he was trying to make something happen there outside of the pocket, but ultimately what did happen was a loss of yardage.
Yeah, he held on to it for a long time, didn't he? As you talked about trying to make something happen, hoping something would come open, but it didn't. Ends up shoveling it off, ends up going for negative play.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
32-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Jones. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard
on the gun. Jones. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Jones now on first and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Jones. Oh, Jones has just thrown his third interception. Picked off down at the 10. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
He's going to fire this thing deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him a gain of 37. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flush to his right. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Shaquille Griffin there defensively.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. They'll throw now on the final play. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown.
A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles add on to their lead. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
19 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Bud Dupree. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And an Eagle first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jordan Brooks, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
It's second down.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down again.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
Third down and 10.
Operating from the gun. Jones. Escaping the pressure right. Fourth down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
4 yards to go.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He can run for it, and he will. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And with a play clock running out, Doug Peterson decides to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown.
Andy Isabella hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. From the gun, Jones. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. On first down, Patterson, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10.
Makes the score Eagles 17.
McCann's got it teed up. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down. And 1 yard to go.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Down right around the 25. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
A 42-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
39-yard line.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's second down.
Second and 10.
To throw again, Jones. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Going to throw right side here, complete. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. David Njoku, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. And his kick is right through.
Makes the score Eagles 20. Seahawks.
McCann's got it teed up. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on first and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And an Eagle first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on first and 10. And he fires one incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Here's A.J. Cole now. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been... And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-six TD. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's Jones. Throwing after the interception. He'll find Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. He's going to let it fly.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up second down. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his third pick of the game. Instead, it's third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Great way to convert on third down there, 21 yards. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And the return will stop right around the 25. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road. So for Philadelphia, it's a rare peak in a season of valleys as they move to 3-12 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.